There is absolutely no reason to have conference title games. None. It's all about money. That's it, period.
Always follow the money. That's what I always say. You always follow the money. Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Paulie Howard on VSiN.
The SEC is expected to push for no automatic bursts. Will the Big Ten join in? Stuart Mandel writes, meetings this week could become cutthroat and contentious. Sources tell The Athletic. Then the report comes out from Pete Thamel, ESPN. They talked about a 14-team playoff. We haven't even got 12 yet and enjoyed that for the next couple of years, which Pat's right. They're going to screw this up, and they can't even – they get in their own way here.
I would absolutely bet on the playoff going to 16 games sooner than later. I'd make that bet with anybody right now. I'd maybe put it in 5 years.
Do you really have a good case if you're the 13th team? Can you really sit there and say, this is outrageous, we got robbed? I mean,
most people will tell you absolutely not.
Yeah,
right? I
12's, I would say 12's fine. I'm good with 12. You want to go with the buys and the campus sites to start. The buys are important because you're playing for something, and that's you get that time off, like you'd have the 10 days off.
I mean, Paul,
you don't have to play that first game. If you're the 5, you get the group of 5 team likely. They're not, when I'm like the Liberty, whatever.
Yeah, if you're going to go based on power ratings, bettors would tell you that TCU never belonged even close to the playoff last year. They were a 2-touchdown dog in the title game, and they were just run out by 50. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, they're always going to have a major issue with this.
I'll say this, and Pat's connected guy who knows everything about the automatic bids. If they go with those automatic bids, then there's no reason to have conference title games.
Oh, please get rid of them.
There's no reason to do it.
I've been saying that for as long as they've been being played.
But the other thing is you cannot have what the SEC wants, according to reports, and say they don't want those auto bids. Well, then what's the point of the regular season then? If you're not going to have auto bids, then what are you playing for? Then it's like... Oh,
There is absolutely no reason to have conference title games. None. It's all about money. That's it, period.
Right.
We never... People think that we need them because they're played and they're exciting. You don't need them. It's actually worse for the sport.
This should go away now because you're not going to have divisions anymore. But my biggest fear is someone gets the auto bid who's 6-6. This should happen because with the tomfoolery of divisions, it's like you have no business being in this title game to begin with, and you can steal an automatic bid here and a top seed.
What is team number 11 catching against team number 1 typically in a year? 2 touchdowns? I mean, there has been a pretty significant drop-off.
What would be the perfect example? Would it have been Georgia, Missouri this past year? Although that was not played on a neutral?
No, that's probably in the wheelhouse, I would think. Yeah.
But then again, I love all this too because I don't want to hear about what a line would be on a neutral when you just see all the upsets all the time and what transpired.
I mean, maybe this is going to be overall...
look at Washington and Oregon.
Yeah, maybe this is going to be a good thing overall for the sport where we actually get some more parity involved. Huh? Would that be a bad thing?
Yeah, great call. But I don't want... We might have the SEC and Big Ten just calling the shots, though. And that you guys just get the leftovers.
It's going that way.
And who knows what's going to happen with the ACC.
But what's going to be the argument? The Pac-12 is toast.
Yeah.
The Big 12 is trending towards a crappy kind of conference. The ACC, Florida State doesn't even, they want to go bye-bye. Where's Clemson going to end up? So it's going to be those 2 leagues and nobody else, basically.
Well, what are you good with, though? 8 of the 12?
9
of the 14?
Yes, if they have every team, sure. That's what it's going to be like then. There was a way to do this and keep the conferences, but they decided not to do that. And as a result, maybe at the end of the day, that's going to be what creates parity, is that just every team plays in the same league. Or 2 leagues, that's it. So.
It's wild, though, right? We haven't even got to this point yet, and they're already kicking around a 14.
Well, I'd like to go back.
And then you have all these meetings. They have meetings to set up a meeting. Then they have another meeting that's like, okay, well, here's the plan, but that's only 2 years. Then we're going to come up with something else in 2026.
I'd like to go back
going on?
And revisit the days of the 80s and the early 90s to hear from people who never wanted a playoff, just that the slime would be oozing through the TV listening to them talk. No clue. Just all about money getting in, lining their pockets, and that was it.
Yeah, right. I mean, it was
the pure stupidity of it and fighting it for years is off the charts.
The book still carries today. It's still holds up. You got to read Death to the BCS by Dan Wetzel. Guys making $600,000 a year to put together a bowl game. That's all it was. I'm with you. I can't believe McCarthy could go top 10.